Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to game number 2 of 6 in tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. My name is Jorisar. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening so far. For those of you in the UK, I hope you've enjoyed your long weekend. What an excellent way to end it. Some absolutely delightful scrim action here for you. As mentioned before, this is game number 2 of 6. It will be our last one on Miramar, though, before we move on to Vikendi and Tego. Let's go ahead and take a look at a very southern plane path this time around. 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock plane path here. We may see some potential alternate drop spots from some of the teams that typically land on the northern part of the map. So we'll wait and see whether this creates any confusion or any teams that might be dropping a little too close for comfort to each other here. Got Legacy and Entropic close-ish, but not too bad, if I'm being perfectly honest. They're all right. They're doing okay. Laza and Iro appear to have a little bit of a discussion about a car. Iro says, end of discussion. I'll take that. Thank you very much. And Laza will be on his merry way. No more Legacy and Tropic potential action near Monte Nuevo. That is all fine. Los Leones again with the same two teams as before. Another very interesting circle here to the east of Truck Stop, north of Impala, phase 1. So for the second game in a row, we have a circle where realistically, if you ignore this bit here, which is not really played, again, you're only able to come into the circle from the left half of it, if that makes sense. So instead of a circle being in the middle of the map, where from all possible angles you're going to have people coming in, this is very restricted. Only the left half of the circle have entry points. And then once you do that, you go, well, there's 1, 2, 3, unless you go over the hills here, 4, 5. There's like 5 or 6 ways that 17 teams have to get in here. This favors early rotation so that you don't have to get stuck in all of that mess later on. And that's why Haiku have decided to get in vehicles and absolutely go. But I'm not looted. Don't worry about loot. We will get loot when we get into circle, because positioning is going to be absolutely key here. So I love that they're doing this super early. We'll keep an eye on their progress later on. Hopefully they're rewarded for this and they don't just die. I think this is a great early game move when the circle looks a little bit like this. Cool. Any other potential arguments here? It doesn't look. Are they going to go into Truck Stop? Now, Truck Stop itself is a little bit of a bowl. As you can see, if you've got, you know, people up on hills and stuff, it ain't great, guys. You probably want to get in here, loot, and then get out. Maybe to the north side, or yeah, just a direction, because they are in a natural bowl. And we saw the fish in a barrel stuff last game. It didn't look too pretty. No Tag have also decided to drive. They do have a bit more loot, of course. They landed Los Leones, and they probably looted super quickly as well. So they are in a position where they're able to fight. They probably haven't got their ideal loot yet. Basically, loot enough so that you can survive a fight if you need to, and then get out of dodge and get into this circle. Very early rotate from them. Loving this from the teams in black. Navi opting to center up. Let's take a look at where DiffX and Co. have decided to make their bed. Okay. They're by the rainbows. And as you can see, there's a little bit of high ground here, but honestly, if someone stood there shooting in, then they're visible from all the way up there and stuff as well. So in pro scrims, you're not realistically going to get pushed from there at all. Very, very nice place to hold out. And as long as you can stop people on the hills from taking out your vehicle tires, exactly like Hakatori is doing now, generally speaking, you should be fine. Na'Vi have a great spot. Remember earlier on, we were talking about how you need to get looted in Truck Stop and then move north or east. That looks like that's what they're going to do now. Magori in a much more defensible hot dog building here on the east side of Truck Stop. Now, those tires are probably poppable from all the way over there. But they'll have other vehicles, and there might not be a team station there as well. That could be very premature, and it is still quite far away. Virtus Pro and Foot Esports coming in via the south. Foot taking the coastal scenic route. The off-road coastal scenic route, I should say. They are going to end up on the north side of Impala. Whether they choose to go past or not, I don't know. We're watching them, though, because it is very important to see if they run into no tag. 8C has spotted them, so they are going to run into no tag. And if they keep going further along, they end up in Navi. So some questions are being asked themselves. I think they're going, hang on a second, we probably don't want to move too far further in because we think other teams will be here. Let's make sure we know what's going on here first, because at least there's a hot dog building. At least there are some hay bales. We know we can defend this position. 8C looking like he's going to be staying on that rock to get as much information as possible. No tag have now opted to split north of Impala. 8C can see two of them, but not the other two, which is fine. Explicit and Scrims will be holding that warehouse instead. Batulin's coming in via the emergency pickup. Lou and Perfectix as well as Example all moving in. So Batulin's opting to do Batulin's thing. Are we going to end up on the top of some crazy mountain? Quite possibly. He's having a look around. Maybe you're going to end up there? Or there? Fairest and Soset have moved further north for Navi, wanting to scope out a potential future compound that they can rotate into. He has spotted Phil first here, though, so that warehouse is not going to be free. And Biestolok relatively close by. Probably wants to get back into the warehouse, actually, if you think about it. But I think he will. Maybe opportunistic Fairest can spot Biestolok coming back. That's very wishful thinking, by the way, especially while I'm observing. The caster curse means nothing will happen here now. Don't even worry about it. In the meantime, this is a problem. Para and Fairy having a bit of a conversation with each other via interpretive bullets. And unfortunately, Fox is going to go down there to April. They have, by the way, knocked 2 out of 3 in this hot dog, so they are right to push in here, but they haven't been able to do it without loss. Baron Peak now in the compound. Zubila has a lot to do here. That's a fantastic nade. Does 55 damage to Baron Peak. He's not necessarily going to know that. Melman is bleeding. Getting to Melman is difficult. Global Army is just marching straight in a vehicle and saying, you know what? You're not getting anywhere, mate. That's a fantastic nade as well, waiting for him to park up. Molotov's in. They're not bothering with the downed. They want to finish him right now. Baron Peak, though, gets a beautiful frag in the face from Zubila. Unfortunately, it also gets himself, leaving April as the only surviving member of Fairy Tail here, and it doesn't look like it's going to end up being a good game for them at all. Any more lethals? He has got 1 frag grenade left. He can still turn this around. It's going to require Herculean effort. Flashbang, it doesn't hit the corridor. They only hit the stairs. So Para is still okay. Lars are holding the angle. Final frag grenade there. I mean, position is known. Rotating back out with the AK. From Lars's point of view, needs to get a revive on ASAP. Oh no! And that's Hawkeye! I was not expecting... Oh my god, he gets Melman as well. I was not expecting Fairy Tail to be the team that walks away from all this. And not only that, but they get Melman back up at the last possible second. Oh! Okay, let's not celebrate just yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at Entropic's point of view. They're like, excuse me, I do believe you're walking away with my dinner. Melman down. April getting flambéed by the looks of things in there. This is rough times indeed. April manages to escape into the hot dog. Did Grendis see that? Very similar color to the smoke grenade, actually. I'm not 100% sure they did. Melman's definitely going to bleed out now. The rest of Entropic now pushing in. Johnny through. Johnny knocked. Fairy Tale have had one great escape already. Are we going to make it two? We are not. Dedrix gets the cleanup, but not before April does something, frankly, quite heroic. Well done. It won't quite be enough to keep the team alive on this occasion, but that was intense. Okay. So that's Entropic now with ownership of the northwest of the circle. Bet Boom are now moving in east of Truck Stop. They're taking the warehouse compound that Na'Vi were thinking about looking at earlier on. Solo behind them is quite interesting as well. Wait, what? God. Following mortars is so difficult in this game. You can only ever react afterwards, but if we do see something in the kill feed, I will go to it straight away. Solo aren't going to be moving up on Na'Vi anytime soon, I don't think. They're happy to wait and see what the next circle does. 5 seconds left to go until phase 2 collapses here. And again, another accelerated circle here in game number 2. Moving further inwards, we've got Legacy needing to move, Bumble Squad needing to move. It's only Tusta by the looks of things. Ascend have got an awful lot of acreage to their name. I think they should probably collapse that slightly moving into phase 3. You don't want someone accidentally getting spotted and then finding it rather difficult to go in for the revive. So said, being spotted there, but again, Solo aren't realistically looking to push into that anytime soon. FaZe Clan are enjoying these between two hills things, aren't they? They've been absolutely going for it. It should bring them a little bit better results in game number 2, to be fair. As you can see, they're not exactly in a bowl where like multiple teams can rain fire down on them. They can just focus on Haiku in the saloon. As a strategic position, this is definitely preferable to where FaZe Clan are at in game number 1. So they should be able to get something done here. But a lot of this depends on whether Haiku is shooting elsewhere. If Haiku spot FaZe Clan and just hold the angles, then FaZe can't really bring themselves up to exactly where Haiku are. So we'll see how much Haiku end up getting distracted by other teams. At the moment, there isn't really anyone else except for BBL and Truck Stop, but they're not realistically like they're not pushing this to try and kill them, guys. They're just trading shots here and there. It's not that massive. And staying in Truck Stop is a decision in itself. Phase 3, an 8 o'clock hard shift. Means that ooh, hello. Two of them? What? Okay, there we go. Getting down from the mountain goat perch. Twisted Mind's actually got a decent position here. And I wonder to what extent Legacy might actually mess them up. Lou needs to spot Fakesin. If Fakesin isn't spotted, this could be bad. Yes, okay, Batulans has correctly radioed that location. And then you've got Ribbon up top, who will be able to spot Entropic moving in, and they can also potentially get some pot shots on Twisted Minds. Very, very spread out here, but they've got a lot of good intel. Na'Vi moving further. Remember, they took that compound earlier, the Rainbow compound. Fairest by the looks of things. Is happy to be out in the hills at the moment. And I think that's because they spotted that Saloon was taken much earlier, but that's okay. It does mean that from this sort of position, they will be within touching distance of FaZe Clan. So that's something to keep an eye out for as well. That is a late rotate, but also when you're the one player left on the team, it can get a little bit dicey. I think he's going to try and go via the hills. Unfortunately, Gizera is right there. Tuzda has a good idea. It's just someone else got there first. Ascend and it's Chris in particular, right on the eastern edge. They've spotted, or rather I should say they've been spotted by Betboom. They're not particularly happy about this. Aduzi takes a headshot in response. And they hold this position relatively comfortably. FaZe Clan still having a look at Haiku. Foot Esports, what is this? DiffX. Spotting T-Bone and finishing him off. Oh god, very, very close quarters. Solo going through the rest of Foot Esports as well. Not good. Hicks has been knocked. If you don't start that revive now, you're not going to finish it, mate. This could be problematic. Bumble Squad eliminated, getting peppered into smoke. Now remember, in 3 seconds, this becomes phase 4 damage. Actually using the first aid first. And unfortunately, Suka Bazooka gets a beautiful frag grenade. And that is going to put an end to some of the folks from Solo. Now look at the amount of damage this is doing now. 3 damage a second. This is why, rather than confirming any sort of knock, he's pushing right back. No tag is right next door. Does he know? Did it before, he does now. That's static down, and I suspect now no tag explicit is down as well, and O'Connell maybe wants to go and do something about this, but is going to feel slightly limited with 8C being in such a ridiculously good position. I don't think he makes this. I don't think he makes this. Oh! No, he doesn't. Basically the same tick. I swear the first aid completed the same tick he finished. Like, death and first aid occurred at the same time, basically. And, well, Schrodinger's 8C on this occasion. Very much dead, unfortunately. Suka Bazooka now continuing the game as a solo. Foot Esports have got 6 kills to their name. Haiku have been surrounded by FaZe Clan. On the other side, they're going to have to vacate Saloon, and this is going to be so messy on the eastern side of the circle. Look at how much ridiculous zone control Twisted Minds have, by the way. DiffX getting crowded out, but they're not going to be the first or the last team to have that done to them. Betboom now squeezing Ascend. Damage. Not the knock on to kill Yakai. They get everyone else though. No tag eliminated in the meantime. Ascend now down to kill Yakai and running out of options as Betboom get in vehicles and haul. Haiku have something to say about that, but they should be able to continue to get up onto there. Do they want to go this way? Do they not want to go further south? Okay. This is going to be very interesting with FaZe Clan right next door. They have to keep moving. They do keep moving. A frag grenade was very close to taking out Phil first as well. This is a very risky position. They got Virtus Pro behind them. Kill Yakai has a med kit and 3 first aids. Okay, he's going to be there a little while. Not sure how much he's going to be playing spoiler in this fight, but the potential is there. And this is the danger with Betboom stopping here. Did they want to go further south? No, because they would have gone straight into Virtus Pro, which is fair enough. Virtus Pro themselves are now going, well, that's fine. We can move up. Get too far on the top of the mountain, though. And Twisted Minds will have something for you. A couple of bullets with your name on it. Haiku, in the meantime, taking 5 damage a second, trying to work out what the hell we can possibly do. Nixie gets Phil first and Aduzi. Betboom team eliminated by Virtus Pro. They were stuck in the sandwich. They still have more enemies in the blue. As ridiculous as that sounds. Phase 5 with so much damage being done. FaZe Clan moving in now on BBL. They were moving in on Haiku before. That threat has been eliminated. They're looking for the next team up north. to seize, gets one knock. Is it going to stop there? He's knocked himself. Iroh getting third-partied now. I think his ability to intervene in this fight has just been severely compromised by that third-party hit. FaZe Clan getting third-partied like nobody's business as well. This eastern side, as we said before, was getting messy. The question was always going to be how messy. Turns out it's quite. Bizarrely, Haiku still alive. Okay, not for much longer, but still very much alive. 7 teams now, as Twisted Minds come in to try and mop up. Is there anyone behind Twisted Minds? If you come in behind them, it doesn't look like it. No, so Twisted Minds are quote-unquote last third-party team, which on paper makes this really good for them, but Example running ridiculously through no man's land just about gets away with it as Perfectix completes the push and eliminates Virtus Pro. Is Hero really going to get in here? Oh my god. Hero's going to get in. Haiku is... Oh, they've got 5 more first aids. We'll be fine, guys. We can do this all day. Completely and utterly fine. That ridiculous tussle between BBL and FaZe Clan is now over. And Tropic will be looking to pick up the leftovers, as it were. And that should happen extremely quickly indeed. Corexi is mere feet away. And with a headshot from the org, Janny says, thank you very much. We will make our way into the top 4. And Tropic with 4 players remaining. Twisted Mind, still a full squad. Legacy, a solo, and Haiku. Haiku, how even? Okay, there we go. Perfectix finally gets the kill there, but also gets knocked himself. And that's from Grendis. There's absolutely no way anyone's getting revived there. High risk, high reward position there for Perfectix. And Patulin's getting absolutely bodied there as well. Example going down means that Entropic have an opportunity to rotate away if they want to, effectively for free. Twisted Minds won't be looking at them at that moment. They appear to be taking that chance. Dedrix has got what is basically the highest ground that Phase 6 has to offer. They have options for going west or east in this circle, and Tropic are looking very, very good positionally. Ribbon is considering his options and going a little crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what I think of this as well. I'm going to back away from that first-person view because I don't want a headache. But I agree that sitting tight and doing not very much is probably the preferred approach right now. Lou with the delightful mid-air Dragunov shot there. Him and Grendis having a little bit of a peak battle. Neither side winning that. Pretty chill. A lot of this is going to come down to what Phase 7 does. You also don't want Example getting stuck out in no man's land. If Entropic spot him and get a knock on Example, for example, that changes the landscape considerably. Oh, if Entropic are able to hold this position, that is absolutely sublime. Oh, Ribbon. He survives the blue zone nade. Are Twisted Minds now convinced that this this shack is empty? Any more blue zone nades? Ribbon staying super quiet. I don't think Batulans has the opportunity to move across. Dedrix would see him, unfortunately. We need Phase 7 to help. Entropic have taken so much control. Dedrix not moving too close to the ledge over there because he knows there still might be someone in that shack. their suspicions will end up being proven correct. And interestingly, neither Entropic nor Twisted Minds have any interest in playing in the compound. Everyone's playing with hard cover, but out in the open. Zone shifts north. We're running out of options now for Twisted Minds. They wanted to see what the zone would do. Could something potentially be gifted to them? It does not look like it. And all of a sudden, I have to say, Dedrix's position looks very desirable right now. Very close to the middle of Phase 7. I'm surprised there isn't a second player with Dedrix right now. I think Hawkey's about to take up that position. Ribbon. In the shack. Batoons can't walk across. Brenda's still playing anchor. Still giving his team so much information on where Twisted Minds are. Dedrix taken by surprise. Batulins gets effectively 2 free hits on him, but nowhere near enough for a knock. Oh! Well, that gets eliminated. Okay! Beautiful frag grenade from distance into the shack. That eliminates Ribbon. It's a straight up 4v3 now. Hawkey, Dedrix, and Janny all on the lower ridge, forcing Twisted Minds into what is effectively a quarter of the circle. The southeastern quarter. They need a way of getting rid of Grendis. If Batulins can get a headshot or two onto Grendis, that suddenly opens up the possibilities in this fight so much. But right now, Grendis is providing them with so much good information about where everyone is. It's difficult to see how they make progress from here. Grendis coming round in a car. Hawkey spots Batulins. Both sides whiff their shots. But not that one. Headshot from the Dragunov. Absolute death sentence. Lou goes down as well, and Entropic smell blood. Sorry, it's not Lou, I beg your pardon. It's Example that goes down. Lou is the only one left alive. Hawkey, cresting over the ridge, manages to get one. Frag grenade not quite enough. Zone on his back. That's good on Dedrix. 51 damage. That is excellent. He now has to push up. He does push up, gets him while he's healing. It's a 1v1. Lou is absolutely monstering this game right now. Grendis knocked from afar. Will we be able to get Hawkey? I don't think he wants to right now. It's only Janny up. Batuin's doing his best to scout. Sees Grendis, sees Janny. He'll be giving this information to Lou just before he bleeds out. Immediately getting the flush and then repositioning to deny Janny any advantage. He guesses he moves back. Flashbangs out. That's a Molotov. Second Molotov. They know where each other are now. This is going to be very close by. You almost want to underarm this. Oh, wow. 20 damage. Another 19. And that was incredible. 1v1. Lou brings his personal kill count to 5 as Twisted Minds takes the second chicken dinner by 10 kills. Very, very well played.